What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Harry the Horse Barbecue, and today we're making some direct heat pork steaks on the offset smoker. Yeah, you heard that right. Direct heat barbecue on an offset grill, making some big old thick cut pork steaks. Let's get it.
Harry the Horse Barbecue.
You might be thinking to yourself, how is it possible to do direct heat barbecue on an offset smoker? Well, in my last video, you saw me take my offset smoker and turn it into a direct heat style cooker. Now, this method is just an easy alternative to not having a direct heat style cooker, but we can get a similar direct heat style flavor by using this method. In my last video, you saw me cook up some pretty thin pork steaks, and I honestly overcooked them. A few of y'all have commented on that video with some suggestions, and I am so appreciative for y'all watching these videos and giving me these helpful suggestions. Now, a couple of y'all out there said, you gotta watch the airflow, you gotta go with thicker pork steaks, and you gotta make sure that you baste over the coals. I'm gonna do my best to adhere to all of those suggestions from y'all and cook up some killer direct heat pork steaks. Now, what is a pork steak? Well, a pork steak is essentially a Boston butt, a shoulder butt, a pork shoulder butt, a pork butt, whatever you want to call it, and they take that pork butt and they slice really thick cut steaks from that cut of meat, and it's usually bone in. You could do this with a boneless pork shoulder, a bone-in pork shoulder. You could buy pork steaks online. You can go to the butcher and get them cut. In order to make these thick cut direct heat style pork steaks, I don't have any power tools, so we gotta go shopping for some pork steaks. This looks like a plump pile of pork steaks. Now, since I don't have power tools, some of y'all suggested to go to the butcher and get some 2-inch thick cut pork steaks, so I did that. You can't get much higher quality than some of the local butchers I have around here, and I went to a local butcher shop called Marbled Meat Shop. Link below for their website if you want to check them out. Let's unveil these pork daddies. Okay. Do I have to convince y'all that these are gonna be good? Just look at these pork baddies. Just take a look at how thick that is. When doing pork steaks, this is the way to go. Now, since my butcher did all of the work for me, and this is some high quality pork, all we have to do is season this up with a good old fashioned rub. We're gonna hit it with a Mop Sauce, and we're gonna have some delicious bone-in pork steaks. Just take a look at these. Let's season up these pork steaks. Now, these thick old pork steaks are all ready to go except for some seasoning. We're just gonna hit them with a little bit of coarse black pepper, kosher salt, and some roasted granulated garlic. No binder, let's just season them up. Give them a flip. And just like that, these pork steaks are all seasoned up. We're gonna let these hang out for about 30 minutes before throwing them on the cooker. These pork steaks are all seasoned up and they're ready for the cooker, direct heat style. So let's go fire up the cooker. All right, Fogo in. We're just gonna throw in some junky splits because it doesn't matter about smoke quality. We just want the coals at the end of the day from some real wood. In we go. Now we just let it get hot, burn it down. All right, y'all, time to shovel these coals into the cook chamber. Let's get it. Smoky. All right, y'all, I'm gonna close down this cook chamber. I'm gonna play with the firebox door and my side vent to regulate some of the airflow. We'll see what kind of temps these are hitting. Then we'll throw them pork steaks on. Close it down. Boom. Shakalaka. All right, y'all, in case you can't see, my firebox door is just cracked maybe about 2 inches, and I've got the side vent wide open. The damper is about 1/3 of the way shut. We'll see what kind of temps these bring. If I make any adjustments, I'll let y'all know. Nice. All right, y'all, cooker's up to about 275 degrees. If we could rock this anywhere between 275 and 300, that is the perfect starting temperature for these pork steaks. So it's about that time. Let's go get those pork steaks and get them on the grill. Here we go. Direct heat pork steak time. Let's get these thick pork daddies on the grill. Up and under. Okay. 1, 2, all 3 are set to go. Let me wash my hands first. These direct heat steaks are all ready to just go low and slow over those coals. We want that fat to render, drip onto those coals, and provide that awesome fat smoke flavor. Let's let them go. Let's close this down. Boom. Shakalaka. All right, y'all, we're about an hour in on these pork steaks, and I just wanted to update y'all on the process here because this is a little bit of a difficult process. As you can see, the cooker is running at about 275, which means it's probably around 300 near the top of the cooker. I've updated the firebox door in which it's almost wide open because I felt like the coals were not getting enough airflow because we were hovering around 250 degrees. If you can see the smoke rolling out the stack, it's pretty cloudy and white, but that's just the nature of the game when it comes to charcoal. And I've kind of put my ear to the cooker and heard a little bit of sizzle coming from that fat dripping down onto the coals. So this is exactly where I want to be. I've put a little bit of lump charcoal onto those lit coals to kind of help guide those temps and just keep them rising a little bit. But other than that, this method works if you pay attention to the details. If you don't have a direct heat cooker at home, you could totally do this. Just play around with it so it fits the needs for your cooker. But with this little update complete, let's go make a mop sauce for these thick pork steaks. Let's go do it. All right, our mop sauce is gonna start with a little bit of beef tallow because who doesn't love some Wagyu beef tallow? We're gonna go in now with some sweet yellow onion. Just get that nice and sauteed. Next, about 4 cloves of smashed garlic. Now that that's all lightly sauteed, we're gonna go in with equal parts apple cider vinegar, white vinegar, about a fistful of brown sugar, a shot of Dijon mustard, some Frank's Red Hot, or your favorite hot sauce, whatever you like, a few dashes of Worcester sauce, or Worcestershire, some of the rub that went on our pork steaks, some paprika, red chili flake, and give that a mix. Going in with about half a lemon sliced. Don't sleep on the lemon. And you know we can't forget the star of any mop sauce, a good old-fashioned Canadian Pilsner. About half of that bad boy right in there. Reserve some on the side. And we've got a super easy, super delicious, barely an inconvenience mop sauce. Got a little spiciness to it. Let's go mop down those pork steaks. All right, y'all, these pork steaks have been rocking at about 300 degrees. We're gonna take our first look at about an hour and a half in and mop these bad mamma jammas. Let's take a look. Ooh, hot. Nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna throw these back over the coals, mop them down. Come take a look. All right, here comes the mop. The center one is obviously a little more direct over the coals. It's getting a little more color. Close them up. We'll check on them in a little bit. 4.5 hours later, I think these pork steaks are hitting about right where I want them to be. It's dark out. Let me go grab them, let them rest down, and then we'll have some pork steaks. Whew. Look at this pile of pork. Yeah, that's a pork steak anyone would want. All right, let's cover these with foil for about a 30-minute rest. Then we'll slice on in. All right, y'all, these pork steaks are all rested down and I am starving. I just gotta dig into these. Take a looky-loo at this monster pork steak. No wonder these took 4.5 hours to cook. It's like pork brisket. Let's see how we did. Yo, I'm not even kidding. This is so good. That direct heat flavor is nice. And no one should be questioning why I left these fat caps on. Man, little sandwich bite here, fat and pork. Wow. That might be some of the best bites I've ever taken on this channel. Not even kidding. Talk about some pork steak redemption. Now, if you feel so inclined, you could take your mop sauce that's left over, take your pork steak, give it a little dunk action, and have a ridiculous bite of barbecue. Oh my God, that's good. Don't sleep on this mop sauce. I'm just gonna keep this close by. Dip to dip, dip to dip, dip, dip. Couple keys to a great pork steak. 1, that direct heat is all flavor. 2, the mop sauce, killer. 3, get yourself some high quality pork, y'all. This direct heat pork steak is not horsing around. There ain't nothing wrong with this. Little dunk. This is the bite, y'all. It is just over with this pork steak. This is immaculate. This is a whole new realm of barbecue that I was able to do on my offset smoker. If you're limited in your barbecue tools, just try to make the most out of what you got in the meantime. And this method is killer for some direct heat barbecue. Some of these pieces are just looking too good. You got the pork and the mop and those flavors don't stop. That crispy fat and the bark, yeah, they're looking nice and dark. You get those flavors from the coals, it ain't ever getting old. There's no way you can go wrong with a solid pork steak and some mop sauce, some serious direct heat, hill country style cooking over here. Pork doesn't always have to be pulled, y'all. Go to your butcher, cut the steaks yourself, order them online, whatever you gotta do, you gotta try this recipe out. No crazy spikes in temperature, consistent temperatures across the board, minimal fire management, and we got some great smoky flavor and some tender pork steaks at the end of the day. You just can't beat it. Thank you all for tuning in to Harry the Horse Barbecue. I really appreciate you checking out this video. When it comes to direct heat barbecue, this is not the best way to do it, but it certainly is a great alternative to direct heat cookers. I've proved that this method works super well, so give it a try at home and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I got these monsters of pork steaks for y'all and cooked them up direct heat style on an offset cooker. Hit that subscribe button below. You know we got that crispy fat and that crispy exterior on these pork steaks from that direct heat cooking, so leave a like on this video. Leave a comment down below about what you want to see me cook next in this direct heat style. Let me know if you've tried pork steaks, and let me know if you've tried my method of direct heat cooking. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we're posting new content. And you can follow me on Instagram at Harry the Horse Barbecue. Tag me so I can see what y'all are cooking because it really inspires me to get outside and cook. And with that being said, there's only one more thing, y'all. Just a little dabble, do ya? This one is going straight to the horse's mouth. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace. I'm taking this to go.